Morning. It's December 12th, 2012, 8:30 a.m. 12. Oh my god, 12. It's gonna go crazy. 8:30 a.m. This is officially probably the latest I've ever left to work. And I've said this before. Hey, I'm late to go to work, and I'm okay with that. But as much as I would say that, there'd still be a part of me that'll say, oh, I don't like being this late. And this isn't even that late for my office. I think 9:30, 9:45 is kind of an average show-up time for people. And I'll still get there by 9 here at this time. So anyway, the truth is today, really, genuinely, 100%, don't give a shit that I'm so much later than I usually am. I just don't. I am on the path to end this year off right. End this year off on a positive note. End this year something. I don't know, but it's gonna be good. It's going to be, in spite of these past few weeks. I'm gonna fix things. I'll fix things, and it's a process. So, fuck, right? Fuck it all. Where's Hopsquatch when I need him? Anyway, hope you hear something different. I'm really hoping when I plug this into the computer, I hear something at all. I don't think you can see it just yet, but I do that. You should be able to see it. I got the new microphone. It is pushed in there all the way. Alan, he got his before mine, even though, I had a whole bunch of other things attached to my order, so random things attached to the order. So that probably was what held it up. It's pretty cool. There will I'll show it in the Touching Gadgets video. Just based on Alan's video, it seemed like the audio was really, really good. If you've looked at it, I mean, you can see from the edge here, there is and I said before, there's a dead cat attached to a dead cat windscreen that came with it, and I found out once I took it out of the package that it's actually attached. I don't think it comes off. I haven't really played with it that much. I don't think it comes off, and that's probably a good thing, because if it did come off, I'd probably find a very mundane, uninteresting microphone attached to it. The other thing is, but the other thing is, I'm not entirely sure where the actual mic pickup is. I'm assuming it's on the top. That's why it pivots. It can pivot on the head. And I kind of pulled it kind of hard when I pulled it out of the package, so I'm hoping it's not broken at all. But it can pivot, so I'm hoping that the mic pickup is right on the top. I genuinely don't know. There's no instructions. There's no, hey, I mean, I guess really someone has to buy an extra one and take it apart, or just try to take theirs apart and then put it back together. Or maybe there's a product website aside from Amazon that explains some specifics about the microphone. Or we'll just keep playing with it and find out what's the best use scenario. Anyway, based on Alan's video, the audio is really, really kind of good. It really helps. The dead cat, there's insulation. It cuts down on the road noise. It's just a really good microphone for exactly this purpose. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see how this audio turns out. And I was thinking about it this morning. On one hand, I do want to use it as part of the Touching Gadgets video for the GoPro Hero 2 versus the old camera. And I probably will, but it might just warrant its own video. And I might do that. And compare it to the Zoom, because that is something that I have done, and I think there's a practical use for it. Number one, I don't think many people know about this microphone because there's no reviews on Amazon for it. And then number two, the assumption has always been, and I think the best practice has always been, to use the Zoom H1 as that external microphone. So give this a field test, put it through some of its paces, and then do a new a separate touching gadgets just for the microphone. Maybe even record touching gadgets on this microphone to see if that's any better than the Zoom for such activities. Maybe I'll record them simultaneously. That would be kind of cool. Record simultaneously. Record the touching gadget script for the microphone. Or no, I'll record this. Yeah, for the microphone simultaneously, and then be able to flip between the Zoom and the the Dead Cat mic here. That would be interesting. That would be an interesting auditorial experience. I got this cough that's been plaguing me since, and it's just this pointless dry cough. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna run out over lunch finally and see if I can't find some medicine for it. It's just fucking annoying. Oh, and I forgot my lozenges. I actually had to take one last night to calm it down so I could go to sleep. Let's see. Yesterday, good God, yesterday. I think Tripp just finished his semester. He finished his semester yesterday, so congratulations. There's something like that. Tripp, you're done. You got your holidays. You're free to. You're hopefully stress free to enjoy your holidays. But he and Patricia also lost their cat of 12 years, I think. So that really sucks. And yeah. I am working on a couple of things. Obviously at work, it hasn't slowed down, but because of I finally got the response to my benefit issue, and it was acknowledged finally, and it was acknowledged that maybe it's not the fairest thing, but basically what it boiled down to, what was conveyed to me was, don't question policies too much, lest the company decides to take them away altogether. So I mean, you can't fall more in line with the shit I was talking about yesterday and the shit that I've been dealing with all weekend with Verizon. You can't get better in line with that than that comment there. A veiled threat that shut your fucking face and be happy with what you have, or we'll fucking take it all away for everybody. It's where does that? And then on the heels of that, I find out this is what's really precious to me. I find out I'm taking a field trip up to Gainesville with my boss to tour the radio stations, meet the talent, and continue the path of writing that new business plan for them, essentially. Which I think is total fucking bullshit. They're asking me to manufacture a new plan, a new strategy for how they should run their business, whether they acknowledge that's what they're asking me to do or not, and yet they don't have the leadership skills, we'll call it that, the goodwill, the good faith to take care of the employee that they're asking these things of. That is not in my job description. That is not what I'm hired to do. I'm doing a billion things that are not in my job description, that I was not hired to do, because that's who I am. That's what I am capable of. That is the extent of my talent. And it's at the end of the day, I just do not feel appreciated by them. And I can't, on my drive home, I mean, it was just turned into yet another massively stressful day, and it built up in my neck, in the back of my neck, and it was this horrible, it was creeping into this headache, and it was really this big, yet another reminder, no matter what you do, no matter what you put into it, they don't give a shit. And they will wring you till you're dry. And if you're expecting compensation, if you're expecting appreciation, you're going to be disappointed. So, driving home, I just kept reminding myself that it doesn't change anything, and it's the truth, but it's the hard thing for me to wrap my head around. It just doesn't change anything. I never expected to have a career here. I've already been through all of this. I don't expect to have a career here. I don't expect long-term creative satisfaction. There is one benefit to working this job, and that's a certain amount of flexibility to be able to pursue other goals simultaneously while I'm working at the office. And the point is to milk that and take advantage of that until it's not needed anymore. I get vindictive. I get extraordinarily vindictive, and there happened twice where I got really vindictive and followed through with it. And the last time I applied for 2 jobs, one was this incredibly perfect fit, and I figured, you just take one look at my portfolio, and how do I not get a call back? It was very frustrating when it didn't go anywhere. Head scratching when it didn't go anywhere. And at that point I was like, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? The time isn't right. So here I am, just about 2 years put into this job, as the unofficial creative director. I put on the resume creative and production. I don't actually label my job because the title of my position, because if I did, officially it's marketing assistant. That just doesn't work on a resume. Not for the job I applied for. I found this job. It was posted not long ago, actually, just the end of November. And I mean, it was a really good post. It was like, you could tell it was written by a very, very down-to-earth, forward-thinking company. It's a nutritional company. And the job is for a creative director, which, really is my career path if I were to pursue a career path. The interesting part of it, and why I'm laughing, is how unrealistic the application, the job is. Or maybe that's me saying it's unrealistic. Maybe I really am worth that. I'd like to think I am. The job pays like $80,000, and that's just, what the fuck? What? $80,000? Are you fucking crazy? I kind of sat on it for about 24 hours because I also wanted to finish putting together my online portfolio, graphic portfolio. I have the videos, but I wanted to actually be able to have that graphic representation. And there's some of it on the services page of my website, but I wanted something dedicated where it wasn't necessarily pitching $30 an hour service, but specifically, this is what I've done in the past 2 years at Holler Classic as their quote-unquote creative director. And I'm really not sure how it plays. I've put together the best of the work. It falls right underneath. I'm not going to share the link because it's a private link, and that actually helps me know when someone who's supposed to be looking at it looks at it. If you think you have, somebody who needs this kind of work, or could hire someone as a creative director that pays extraordinarily well, if you think that I would be a good fit for a position that and you want to see that page and you'd like to share that page, I'd be happy to share it with you, whomever. I don't think any of you would really fit that bill as requiring it. But in that case, I would be happy to share the link. But I'm not sharing it because I can track who views the page, if the page is viewed. And if my application, my resume falls on deaf ears or not. So there's that. Yeah, but it's a wonderfully vindictive action that, hey, if it could play out, that would be wonderful. But the truth is, I really don't want another job because of where I'm at. If it would work out, or if other things work out, either way, you know, the retribution, for how I feel I'm being treated at my work, the underappreciation, getting screwed over for personal and sick time benefits because of contradicting idiotic policies. It all, I mean, there's one thing that there's one bit of retribution that I have, and that's being able to turn in that 2-week notice. Because when I leave, that organization really is screwed, and it is the proof. It is exactly what I'm talking about, and I think it's the only way you can drive that point home to an organization, a business, a company that doesn't care, that doesn't think that way. If you do not value your employees the way they need to be valued, and hey, it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. If you have extraordinary talent in your company, maybe that extraordinary talent needs a little bit more incentive to be happy with your company. If you value them, if you don't value them, the day comes when that talent finds better opportunities. And in this case, when I leave, that's going to put them in a little bit of a bind, because I am the one who does what I do, and he is going to have exactly 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Because I am an hourly employee with no benefits, and there's no obligation on my part to give him any more consideration. You know, any more benefit of more time to find a replacement or get ducks in an order, because they didn't value me enough to make sure I was. And this whole benefit thing is the precursor. This is the precursor to what I know is going to unfold. The expectations for an annual. I have expectations for more money, the job title, you know, something more official, something more substantial than what I'm doing now, and that's not going to come. That's not going to come. And I just need to expect that and embrace that now. So, the 2 weeks is one way or the other. The 2 weeks is all I have when it comes to making my point, and my vindictive revenge. I don't know. Yes, a little bit, but it is my retribution. It's my payback to them for that, and that's how it is. That's how it is. If you treat someone a certain way, you can't have these policies without consequences, and the consequences are when I have the opportunity and the opportunity is worthwhile. 2 weeks, bye-bye. Because I put in my time. I put in the 2 years. I put in the 2 fucking diligent years. And I've got the portfolio to show for it. So, what else is there? Gave them every opportunity, certainly, to do the right thing. So, there's that. But they're you know, the $80,000 a year creative director job, that would be cool. I mean, based on, I don't know what the actual company is. They were vague in the post. What kind of company looks at a guy with 2 years of creative director experience, years of creative production experience, but 2 years of actual genuine directorial, experience, field experience that they're looking for, and say, oh yeah, this guy, $80,000 a year. So to go from, I mean, even personally, conceptually, to go from a $14 an hour job to $80,000 a year is mind blowing. If that's even remotely possible. Is the talent there? Is the skill there? yes, I believe in myself enough for that. It's just would be, my head would spin if it actually happened. But again, the point is, I don't want another job. It's an exhausting proposition to to do this and to work for someone else, especially when so much has been done already to establish Horberon Creative, to start working with Trip and Rochelle and get the books done, and so much is being done to really start establish these things and build these things up. I've got a gig I'm consulting on, starting. I'm going to do an initial consult on Saturday. Last night, I'm working on a proposal for a big video project. I do not know which really could potentially be the holy grail that I'm looking for not having to get another job. I mean, what this could potentially be is the 2 weeks notice. If this thing pans out, maybe in January, February, when things are put into place. So I'm writing a proposal for a video project, essentially, a concept. And it's a big deal. I don't know how it plays out. I don't know how it's going to be received. I don't know, to that end, if it is received and the person receiving it would even care to employ me on a permanent fashion or a freelance permanent fashion in the way it should be done. That would facilitate that 2 weeks notice that I would be very happy to give right now. Either way, it is something that is a very big deal for Horberon Creative. Whether it goes all the way it goes as far as I want it to go or not, it is a big deal. So I'm writing this proposal. Probably finish the first draft today. It's turned into a meaty, sort of chunky thing. It's about Sogo. It's about that channel and my observations on it, and Two Dorks 2.0, and I've actually talked about most of everything that's in the proposal in the past several videos. So I'm writing that, and then Rochelle, Magpie Girl, I got an email from her. Her video is going to be up today, a new video, and this is definitely, you compared this to today's video to her first and second video from the beginning of this project. That's finally the equation shift. I think we're there. Am I in love with her format, and am I in love with the premise of her show? Not really. But I think it probably works for the people who are interested in it, and I think editorially we're kind of polishing it. I'm finding the groove. And I was kind of surprised that it took, probably because I'm not interested in the subject matter. But I am surprised it took a little while to find that groove. Anyway, she emailed me last night and asked about a referral. Asked about what I charge, my billing, my rates, because she wanted to refer me to some people. So, I mean, that's the basic line, and and then I made a request about sent Religiously Roasted to her see if she would be at all interested in it. So that's the lineup right now. We got the proposal in the works, which will probably be in people's hands by the end of the year. We have a referral from Rochelle to at least one other person. We have book reviews coming directly from Sojourners, possible book review coming from Rochelle. There is, there's a whole thing about touching gadgets that I keep thinking about, but I keep forgetting to talk about. And a job, maybe 80. Who knows? That could be if it's $80,000 a year, I would suck it up. I'd do it. I'd do that. I'd happily do that for 2 years and continue to work probably on a smaller basis on building Horberon, or maybe not. Maybe at that point, I could probably afford to throw a couple of $100 a week to, like $100 or $200 a week to somebody to help edit and produce Horberon Creative stuff. That'd be fun. That would be ideal. I'm at work. I gotta go. Still 4 minutes to 9. Let's see how this video comes out. Stay tuned. Stay creative.